Pleasant good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the Hommocks Park Ice Rink. Ken Reichman, Charlie McGraw here with you on LMC Varsity Sports, bringing you all the action tonight between the Mamaroneck Tigers and the White Plains Tigers. And Charlie, Mamaroneck with a win tonight, they can lock up first place, but with a loss, what's up for grabs?
Yeah, Clarkstown and Suffern would take advantage. Mamaroneck playing a White Plains team that they beat 8-1 earlier in the year. It's senior night. You saw 10 or 11, 12 seniors get honored, and Mamaroneck should be able to take care of business with the White Plains team, like I said, that they beat 8-1, Ken. So we'll see if the 17-2 Tigers can improve to a great 18-2, with their only losses coming at Suffern and against a phenomenal Pelham team.
All right, senior night for Mamaroneck. The White Plains Tigers try and spoil the party. Opening face-off coming right up.
Senior class has scored 133 goals, won 8 upstate tournaments, has gotten the New York State Academic Award 3 times, hopefully 4 boys, and has played with class 2 times Coastal Sportsmanship Award. Now let's bring out each senior. When the senior comes up, he'll get his flower and his plaque. His parents will join him out on the rug. We'll join your son, and we'll take a picture, and next. Our first senior, number 1, Luke Charla, goalie. His parents, Mr. and Mrs. Charla. I'll use it, man. That's probably true. You got a smile, Lukey. Congratulations to Luke and the Charla family. Next up, number 5, Jake Levine, defense. And Mr. and Mrs. Levine. Number 7, congratulations to you all family. Number 10, congratulations to Scott family. Number 11, Will Morrow,
survival.
Congratulations, Marcos. Number 13, defense senior, Decent Ryan. Congratulations. Number 14, Tucker Blake. Congratulations to Ryan. Number 17, Danny Palmer. Forward. Congratulations to the Palmers. Number 19, Will Kirk. Forward. Congratulations to the Reds. Number 21, 26, Matt Moore, forward.
How's Maddie, by the way? I haven't seen her since, well.
Congratulations to the Palmers. Number 22, Jason Beanstalk, forward, our captain. Congratulations to Big Stars. Number 24, Chris Conley, forward.
you. Watch out for that running back.
What?
Congratulations, Freeman. Number 91, Brendan Moore. Congratulations, everyone. Can we have our captains come up and get a rose for the filming, please?
I was just wondering.
That's such a hurt.
Starting for White Plains, number 8, James Carrier, right forward. At forward, number 11, Antonio Capello. At forward, number 22, Chris Stone. At defense, number 2, James Garnett. And at defense, number 16, Liam Slaughter. And in goal for White Plains, Justin Scholl. And now, starting for Mamaroneck Tigers, at forward, number 17, Danny Palmer. At forward, number 21, Matt Vaughn. At forward, number 91, Brendan Boyle. At defense, number 27, Ryan Razor. At defense, number 28, Nick Singer. And goal for the Mamaroneck Tigers, number 30, Drew Garcia.
All right, so here we go. Starting lineups announced, national anthem played, and the puck dropped, and we are underway. It's the Tigers against the Tigers. White Plains in their road black uniforms moving right to left, and Mamaroneck in their home whites left to right, and early offsides to get things started. 10 seconds in. Senior starting lineup for the Mamaroneck Tigers, including the starting goaltender for Mamaroneck. It's Mr. Gargiulo.
Gargiulo, the backup to Tommy Spiro, who tied the record of 12 career shutouts for a Mamaroneck player last night in their win against North Rockland. Both tie school records held by Luke Laser. The other one, he had 7 this season, so he's getting the night off and some rest. Final regular season game. The sophomore Gargiulo is starting there, Ken.
So a little less than a minute gone. Gargiulo made an early stop. Not a long shot from a White Plains Tiger. Too many Tigers for me tonight, but we'll see what happens. See how confused I get. Neutral zone battle. And it squirts loose, and Alex Ewald, the senior, will send it around the offensive zone boards to be picked up there by Liam Broderick, who loses it in a battle to Ewald. Comes out from behind, now Tucker Light. Light fumbles it, and it comes back out to center.
As we'll see Mamaroneck resetting here as James Torrey and Will Arbo pressure the puck. Alex Ewald, excuse me, and it'll be back and forward by Mamaroneck. They won 8-1 earlier this year against White Plains, so we'll see if they get out to an early lead here.
Here's Torrey down the wing. Looks to put it in front to Arbo. It's off his stick. And back the other way, Harry Seymour can start. It's knocked away from him. And pushed back by Torrey towards the front of the net. Swept aside. Gehrig Hauser for White Plains there. He can't get a handle on it. A backhand try there off a leg. Now Light, center point. Payne, Arbo. Well, Arbo spins, gets it back to Payne. Now Tucker Light steps up, cross ice, in front. They score! It's Will Arbo. And Mamaroneck takes an early 1-0 lead. Just a little over 2 minutes gone.
Well, it did not take long, Ken. Will Arbo with a nice shot and the score, and a great pass from Tucker Light across, and Arbo did not miss the shot, and the senior has a goal to give Mamaroneck an early 1-0 lead.
It's a great pass from Tucker Light there. Had some space down the wing. Was able to find Arbo open in the slot. Justin Scholes, the goaltender for White Plains, really stood no chance there, Charlie.
No chance at all. Great shot, but it's fitting because the senior Arbo to get the assist from Tucker Light to start out senior night with a goal. Both seniors there. Arbo has been with the program a couple years now and has been a key factor, so no surprise that he starts the scoring on senior night for Mamaroneck. It was actually their first shot too,
Yeah,
Ken.
first shot of the game, and it's 1-0. Kirk the other way. He'll lay it off for a long shot that Scholes turns aside. Conley in on the forecheck with Beanstalk. It comes towards the line. Jake Levine got a piece of it. And now White Plains out the other way. That's James Carrier towards the middle. And that one's knocked away before it could get to Gargiulo. And Gargiulo snags that one off the blocker and grabs it in the glove for a defensive zone faceoff.
And that shot was taken by Chris Conley on point-blank range, but a good save by Schultz, his first save of the day. Gargiulo's already got 3 saves, as Mamaroneck has 3 saves in the first 2 minutes. And it was a good start there, as they're being outshot 3-2, but still they got that early 1-0 lead.
LeBlanc in to get it on the dump in. Swept in behind, and now LeBlanc can go after it once again. He's double teamed behind the net. There's 3 White Plains Tigers back there, but Mamaroneck able to come away with it. It's Campbell at the line. Throws across. Cahan back for Campbell. His shot deflected away. Little soccer kick. And Mamaroneck right back on it. It's number 25, Michael Carducci, in there for Mamaroneck. Well, White Plains able to get possession, push it towards the line. Ben Cahan steps up to keep it alive. Pushed off his stick, and then in behind the White Plains net again. Cahan's got it. Goes towards center point, takes a shot. It's blocked at the line, and gets in deep. Centering feed for LeBlanc was a little too strong. Campbell blew a tire, and now out comes White Plains through center. But they were trapped in the defensive end for quite a while, so they got to get it deep and get off for a change.
Great shot blocked there by Domenico Capello from White Plains on that shot by Cahan, and that was the difference there. That could have been a goal, as that was a great shot, but an even better block by Capello, and that's something that's can be very painful, Ken.
Certainly can. Gargiulo doesn't like the look of things, so he holds on. 10:42 remaining first period. Will Arbo has the only marker thus far, off a great pass from Tucker Light. And Mamaroneck has the lead. Not even 5 minutes gone. Nothing too difficult thrown in on Gargiulo just yet, but he's been there when he has had to be. Mamaroneck having trouble getting out of their own end here. Until it's pushed up through center. Torrey unable to get a handle on it. And White Plains has it once more. Brendan McDonough sends it in off the boards. Push back the other way, and now Arbo touches it along to Ewald, who gets it right back. Arbo over the line. They are a step off sides, and that'll slow things down. 10:02 remaining.
Arbo looking for a goal, number 2 of the evening, but just a step off sides as Mamaroneck just with the 2 shots, but that early goal by Arbo, assisted by Tucker Light, and 4 shots for White Plains. And this first 5 minutes gone by here, 10:02 left in the first period.
Face off just outside the White Plains zone. Ryan DeHasia touches it back to his defense partner, Jake Levine. And up through center they come. It's Jason Beanstock down the wing, looks to center, comes all the way through. Now Levine at the circle. His shot is blocked and heads out of play. Offensive zone draw coming for the Tigers.
Good idea by Levine, redirect on that shot, but it was deflected out by White Plains, and we'll see if Mamaroneck, as they've spent more time in the zone than White Plains has, but as you can expect from a team that beat the team 8-1 earlier in the year.
Face off one back. Levine's long shot catches the boards, takes a hard carom. And now Beanstock. Ryan DeHasia at the near point, sends it hard around. It'll be Conley first to it for Mamaroneck. Sweeps it back to the line. Levine off the boards, picked off there, and out they come. 2-on-2 over the line. That's Capello towards the net. Capello's first on that rebound. A swing chance through the goal mouth. And now back to the line it goes. Garnett's shot catches the boards. White Plains putting on a little bit of a press here. To the line and a long shot. Easy step from Gargiulo, and he'll hold on as Gargiulo eats up that carrier shot from the blue line.
And nothing too hard on Gargiulo, the normal backup for Mamaroneck. But that was a tough, as they have 5 shots against 2 already. 6 minutes gone by, and not the normal shot total we're used to for Mamaroneck.
Long shot on the way from Klipstein was tipped on, and Gargiulo able to keep his right leg along the ice. Keeps that one out. Vaughn over the line. Long shot into the corner. Pump fake there from Palmer. Now Cahan, his shot blocked away. And tucked further by Schreiber. Palmer unable to control, but here comes Vaughn to take over. Vaughn, now Cahan at the line. His long drive, got through, saved Scholes, and is pushed towards the corner. White Plains unable to cleanly come out with it. Few bodies collide out in center. Puck up for grabs, and it's Campbell who's got it. Gets to the red line, and sends it in. And both teams spill fresh troops over the boards. White Plains playing a dump and chase game. Campbell off the end wall. Mamaroneck can't come out. Stepping in with this one is Brotman, and his shot sails over the net.
Even though it won't count as a shot, Ken, that was probably the best chance White Plains had for sure in this first 7.5 minutes gone by.
Arbo tried to go between his legs, and Gargiulo bails him out, making a stop on Eric Brotman, who's had the best 2 chances for White Plains thus far. 7.5 to go in the first.
As Cahan then gets a hit on Brotman and hits him to the ice easily, as both will go back to their benches. And fresh bodies in for both teams here.
Defensive zone draw to the left of Gargiulo. The Mamaroneck unable to come out on their first try, so they'll reset and look to break out. Ryan DeHasia through center. Kirk all over him. Takes a hard carom off the boards, and Kirk's got it again. Kirk snaps it. Scholes may have gotten a piece of that with the right leg. Off the back of the net. Mamaroneck outnumbered below the goal line. Beanstock got it up to Ryan DeHasia. Now Kirk looking for Beanstock. It was knocked away and sent towards the line, but not out. Kirk unable to hold a hard feed. And now White Plains on the carry. Carrier down the wall. Stripped by Levine. Levine then taken in by Capello, who's got it for White Plains. Capello looks out in front. It was an elevated pass, so it was hard to handle. And Mamaroneck carries out to center. Puck swept off the stick. And a tripping penalty coming I believe, to Mamaroneck, and they'll be shorthanded.
As Will Kirk with the tripping penalty tripped Eric Brotman, who then...
Got to be honest, Charlie, I've never heard the term retaliatory trip. That's very interesting.
Right, especially since that means if it was retaliatory, that there should be 2 trips on the play. It's the White Plains player who then taunted him, followed him to the box, and taunted him to Brotman. And then
interesting. That's an interesting way to take out revenge on somebody.
He should just called it a trip, though. It wouldn't have been confusing if he just said tripping, which it was.
So Mamaroneck to the penalty kill. And it's Alex Ewald killing some valuable seconds off the power play time for White Plains, but they're able to get possession and move through center. That is Gary Hauser, number 21. A centering feed, comes back to the line, and it's off the stick of James Garnett. And back out to center ice. Mamaroneck intercepts out at center, but a nice job to regain possession by Brotman. Brotman put a pass a little too far behind Hauser. It gets to the line. It did come over. So they've got a touch up. Just 37 seconds remain on the tripping penalty to Will Kirk. And White Plains settles things down in their own end. A long feed all the way down. It's going to go for ice. And that's not at all what you want to do with a man advantage, Charlie.
No, definitely not. It's not good to have an icing on your own, on a power play. They've not generated any shots on this power play, and definitely not what you want for
Coach. No zone time either. Mamaroneck's had the bulk of it.
Definitely for Coach Howie Rosenstein and the White Plains Tigers. Definitely not what you want on your power play, especially now. Final 23 seconds. They got the face-off in Mamaroneck in their offensive zone here, but White Plains comes away with it, and they'll have 15 seconds to maybe take advantage of the power play.
So it's Carrier taking it along the near side wall, trying to gain some space. Carrier below the goal line, a sweeping centering try from Capello, comes all the way out to center, and we're at even strength out of the box. And now it's Carducci carrying in with speed. Carducci unable to pull up and get back to it. Hits off his skates, and now DeSico steps up. Puts to center, off a leg. DeSico's got it back. Got it to Carducci. Looks to spin off the pressure, but instead he turns it over. And out through center is Carrier, trying to step by 2 Mamaroneck defenders. Effectively able to get the puck in deep and get in on a forecheck. But no shot towards Gargiulo. Able to punch it out to center. It's taken there by Payne. Off the end board, sends it in behind. Carducci towards the line. That one's poked away. Unable to carry further as he took a spill was Miles Tillman. Under 4 minutes to go in the first. Arbo's goal has Mamaroneck up 1-0.
Hard to figure that goal just came 2 minutes, 12 seconds in, and I haven't really seen any offensive outbursts from either team, as all of the chances for Justin Schultz and the backup goalie Gargiulo, who's getting the start for normal starter Tommy Spiro, have been very routine.
Gargiulo eats that one up just outside the blue paint. Thought about playing it for a second, but instead decided to hold on for it. 3:41 to go. Offensive zone face-off for White Plains. Mamaroneck comes away with it off the draw. It's towards the line. It did come over, so White Plains offsides as Arbo will settle things down for his Tigers. Alex Ewald, speed down the wing. On the near side, carries it all the way through. Now Ryan DeAsia from the line, and Scholes turns that one aside. Got it with the blocker hand as well as the right leg. It's up towards the blue line. They battle 2 aside. Mamaroneck able to keep it alive. Down to 3 minutes to go first period. Ryan DeAsia holds that one in, sends it off the backside of Alex Ewald, so it wouldn't get deep. Puck squirts out. Mamaroneck comes in with it. It's Arbo off the shoulder of Scholes and lands in behind the net. Arbo with his second great opportunity of the period. He converted on the first.
Almost looked like he had scored that off of Schultz, but it just went behind him, and Schultz couldn't find it at first, but Mamaroneck wasn't able to take advantage.
Torrey able to step by the White Plains defender. Banks it off the wall to Levine. His shot blocked by a foot. Another centering try. Lies loose just outside the blue paint. Ewald smacking at it. And now it's Arbo again. Shot from a sharp angle from Torrey is blocked. Now Levine at the near side point. Tries to send it deep. Puck squirts out to Levine again. Levine works center point. Now Ryan DeHasia. His shot catches the outside of the net. Mamaroneck going to work here on the offensive. It's Torrey again. Centering feed. Ryan DeHasia's got it. His shot stopped by Schultz. And again, Mamaroneck keeps. Levine came over the line, and Mamaroneck wants to get some fresh bodies out there. They were in the offensive zone for at least a minute, maybe a little bit more. With a minute 40 to go in the first period, White Plains forced to ice it.
It did a good job with the pressure, did Will Torrey, and it was a good job there for the Tigers as James Torrey, applied the pressure in both corners and did a good job with the passing towards the goal mouth, but they weren't able to convert, and you figured after all those chances, they've gotten ahead in the shots per goal as they're now ahead 7-6 as White Plains led that throughout this first period, even though Mamaroneck has the 1-0 lead, but that sequence was going to end with a goal, but it just did not.
Cahan off the boards for Mamaroneck. It's a little weak, so White Plains was able to send it out through center. It's a race for it. Campbell against, I believe that's Garrick Hauser, who was in on the forecheck for White Plains. Gargiulo ended up sweeping it away to negate any threat. Now Kirk carries over the line. Kirk puts on a move, tries to center it. Nobody home for Mamaroneck. Campbell along the wall. Tried to get it deep, couldn't do it, and now it's an outlet pass, and here he comes. It's McDonough in alone, makes his move, he's stopped by Gargiulo, and it's cleared out to center. Gargiulo's looked sharp. That was his first real test, and he aced it.
And to think he's the backup to Tommy Spiro, Gargiulo definitely aced it with that save on Brendan McDonough, who had the breakaway. Best chance for either team. And what a stop there by Gargiulo to keep it a 1-0 game. 7 saves for him here in the first period, and you got to feel confident if your coach Mike Chaparelli going into the playoffs with a good backup goalie like him. And as we mentioned in the early opening, if they win here, they will get that 1 seed in AA in A.
Mamaroneck called for icing with 30 seconds.
Division 1.
Division 1, there we go.
Division 1. AA
we figured it out.
AA is football, basketball, baseball. Division 1 and 2 for hockey and for hockey.
A little bit of a mix-up off the face-off, and White Plains has tied it. Well, Gargiulo saw it off the draw. It came right to his feet. He poked it for his defenseman.
And I think Capello's going to get credit with the goal. Antonino Capello, number 11, a co-captain.
Yeah, it's Capello who stepped up. Gargiulo had it at his feet. There was a little bit of a miscommunication there between Gargiulo and the Mamaroneck defense. Gargiulo poked it to the defenseman who wasn't ready for it. Capello stepped up, bangs it in. And just like that, this game even, just 20 seconds to go in the first period. LeBlanc puts on a move. Now DeSico on it. Down to 15 to go first period. DeSico has some space, puts it in front. Carducci's on it, 10 seconds to go. He'll spin off the wall. Centering feed, that shot blocked before it got to Scholes.
As Capello gets the goal from assisted by James Carrier with 30 seconds to go, and that ties it up.
And that's that. 15 minutes in, we're right where we started, except one apiece. It's 1-1 on LMC Varsity Sports. We'll be right back in a minute.
Back here on LMC Varsity Sports alongside Ken Reichman. I'm Charlie McGraw, and Ken, tough way to end the period for Mamaroneck.
Yeah, it's one of those that you'd like to have back, especially a miscommunication. Gargiulo played really well in the first 15 minutes, and unfortunate something like that happened, but right back where he started, got to get at it.
And Gargiulo finished the period with 8 saves. 6 saves for Justin Schultz, the freshman from White Plains. That shot towards the goal is saved by Gargiulo, and was taken by James Carrier, who assisted on the goal with 30 seconds left. And looks like a penalty.
That's a delayed offside.
Delayed offside, excuse me, sorry. Delayed offsides there, Ken.
There's a little bit
now,
of a...
Now that'll be offsides.
Alex Ewald did not hear the official screaming for the offside, so everybody got on him and eventually heard it and turned around. Looks like there was a piece of loose paraphernalia in the goal crease, but Mamaroneck has retrieved it, so no harm, no foul.
Ewald was on the other side, so it was tough for him to hear.
Exactly, yeah.
As this one goes, Beanstalk goes after it, and Ethan Klipstein plays it forward for White Plains. Battle of the Tigers here. Mamaroneck won the first meeting at Eversole Ice Arena, where White Plains plays their home games. Big check there.
It's a big hit. It came from it's number 17, Rich Myers, who delivered the hit on Conley.
The sophomore, yeah, Conley's got hit a couple times. He's got hit a couple times tonight already. Yeah. The senior Conley, who's 5'7", 150. A generous 5'7". Looks a little shorter.
I must be 6'4".
Yeah.
And ripped.
Justin Schultz is about Conley size, and Justin Schultz makes a save on Conley.
That's a good play by Conley. Get over the line, get it to the net. Get an offensive zone face-off, so now Coach Chaparelli can get himself some offensively talented people out there. Not that those who are out there weren't, but a little bit more of an offensive push here. It's Desico, Carducci, and LeBlanc, and those guys have some serious talent and creativity in the offensive end.
White Plains wins it, and they're off to the races and poked away by Levine on James Carrier, and Mamaroneck gets it back as it'll be brought forward here by Desico. Desico will have it and play it back to Ryan DeAsia, and he'll play it forward for White Plains.
Yeah, Ryan DeAsia kind of got handcuffed by that one off the boards and then in his feet. He wasn't able to reel it in cleanly.
As this one will be played forward, going after it was LeBlanc, but played forward by White Plains, and Ryan DeAsia has it here. It's testing Ryan DeAsia off. The shot is saved by Gargiulo. Save number 10 for him on that shot, and White Plains doing a much better job than in that first game, as not looking like 8-1 is going to be the final outcome here.
Yeah, Antonino Capello and James Carrier have been all over the place for White Plains. They've been a thorn in the side of Mamaroneck all evening long, and they're showing off their speed. And Mamaroneck's having a hard time trying to contain them through the neutral zone.
Ewald has it here, give and go with James Torrey, and that one goes to Ewald, and it'll be played up by White Plains in the corner, and intercepted though by Arbo.
There's a delayed call against White Plains here.
A penalty against White Plains, and going to the bench quickly is Gargiulo. He'll go, and Will Kirk got on before him, but he's the extra skater out in front, and Will Kirk has it here. Kirk got that extra second, but before Gargiulo got there.
Well, 6-on-5 here, so gotta take their time, get something set up.
Gargiulo has it, and it's stopped. We have a hooking.
A high stick call coming.
Excuse me.
It's going to be on
Capello. Domenico Capello. Yep.
So White Plains to their first power play.
Domenico Capello.
They were shorthanded earlier in the game, killed that one off.
Yeah, Mamaroneck was shorthanded.
Yeah,
with
first power
Will
play
Kirk.
of the evening.
Yeah, first power play here. Mamaroneck has a good power play team, as Capello will go to the box for a minute and a half. But Mamaroneck got almost an extra 30 seconds after it, as Gargiulo got to the bench quickly, and they were able to do that. So Levine will have it here. He'll pass to Beanstalk. Beanstalk passes, and Ewald scores! Nice pass, Beanstalk to Ewald. Another senior-to-senior connection, and Mamaroneck takes a 2-1 lead. Pretty goal.
Power play goal from Mamaroneck. That's a great job. Jason Beanstalk, who is a forward, playing on the blue line on the power play, gives Mamaroneck a little more offensive firepower. He and Levine able to settle it down as it came towards the blue line. Levine to Beanstalk. Beanstalk finds Ewald, and he just picks that top corner up and over the shoulder of Justin Scholes to give Mamaroneck the lead.
So 3 minutes, almost 3.5 minutes in this second period, almost 2:10 into the first period they scored with power play. Played forward by Mamaroneck. And the shot will be scored! Harrison Schreiber, the freshman, with a rip! 3-1 Mamaroneck, 2 goals in 1 minute.
A chance on one end, slow getting back for White Plains leads to a chance on the other end, and Scholes is not the biggest guy in the blue paint, and when he goes down, he does take up a lot of net along the ice, but up and over the shoulders is where you can beat him, and Mamaroneck, exploiting that now. Schreiber getting in on the action. And when you can get everybody involved like Mamaroneck has done over the last couple minutes, get their power play 5-on-5, you're going to be successful.
So the first goal, was Arbo. As that one was Schreiber, and the other goal was Ewald.
Look out.
As they go in here, and Carducci with the point-blank shot is wide, though, of the goal. So Schreiber scored, assisted by Tucker Light, his second assist, and the other goal was Ewald from Light and actually Beanstalk and Levine. And Levine gets an assist as well. So that's a 2 goals, and actually it was less than a minute there. And that one slides through, but it's no goal.
A lot of times, Charlie, all it takes is one, and White Plains remembers that this is the same team that beat them 8-1 earlier on their home ice. And all it takes is that one to get into your head and remind you that that's what happened last time, and that's what still can happen. There's plenty of hockey to play, and White Plains really has to settle down here.
As they can't find it, can the goalie Schultz, and a shot there, but it's played forward and a hard check by Tillman, and White Plains definitely bringing the physicality.
They got to find something. They got to find their legs. And sometimes the physicality can help you wake up a little bit. No smelling salts on the bench, I don't think so. Got to do something to get yourself woken up.
That went off of Cahan's stick, so it's not an icing. Cahan for Mamaroneck, and only 2 shots in this period for the White Plains Tigers, as opposed to 4 and 2 goals for Mamaroneck. Mamaroneck, the offense awakened, and usually the second period on all Mamaroneck teams all years has been very good. In this one, another chance to pass there. Ewald gets it, and he will looked like could have been taken down. Good defense, and what a pass! Ewald passes it to Arbo, and when it looked like it was broken and a possible tripping, Ewald somehow gets it, and he passes from his knees to Will Arbo. So an assist for Ewald and a goal number 2 for Will Arbo. Wow.
Second of the night for Arbo. Great job by Ewald, who was able to break free, keep himself onside at the line, even though he kind of fumbled that puck a little bit, kept himself onside, got taken down. It was a good non-call on the break, where he was defended well, couldn't get a shot away, and then after that able to get it to Arbo. White Plains ends up taking a timeout. Quickly, it's 4-1.
And we'll be right back here on LMC Varsity Sports as Coach Chaparelli is telling his team to keep going. Back here on LMC Varsity Sports, so a second assist goes to James Torrey, just like Jake Levine got a second assist on the second goal. That's the second time tonight, as the other 2 just had 1 assist, man. But it'll be 4-1 now, so Torrey gets the second assist along with Ewald, and Arbo gets his second goal, the senior
Charlie,
Arbo
that
from
whole
Levine.
play on Arbo's second goal starts with the pass from Jake Levine. The outlets, he's able to break out Alex Ewald in center ice, who's got a step on the White Plains defender, and it's a great play by Levine to get it to Ewald to set up that great play in the offensive end.
And it looked like Ewald might have got tripped too towards the goal, and then that kind of led him to the puck, and he's on his knees, and he makes the terrific pass.
Yeah, I think it was a good non-call. I think it was good hockey play from the White Plains defender coming back. Ewald though sticks with it, able to make the play, and before you know it, Arbo buries it.
And Mamaroneck has it here, going forward with the Dan Palmer. Palmer behind the goal, and Payne calling for it at the top of the ice, and he'll get it finally from Palmer. Palmer gets it back, and that one goes through the ice. Save, kept in there. Good effort by Tucker Light, who's been very good. He's got 2 assists already, the senior Light.
Tucker Light very much involved on the offensive end.
Even as a defenseman.
Yeah, he's doing it all tonight for Mamaroneck.
And Light plays it forward, and that shot is blocked. Harrison Schreiber, the freshman, looking for a second goal. He dumps it towards the middle. Light, let's see if he'll shoot one. He's got the 2 assists and a great shot, but even a better save by Justin Schultz.
That's a nice save there by Schultz. Got the glove on that one, through traffic, able to find that puck when it was coming from the blue line. Lots of bodies and legs and parts in front of him, but he's able to sweep it up.
And Mamaroneck, as they have that 4-1 lead, 7:27 to go here in the second period on senior night. It was 1-1, but goals in this period by Arbo, the second of the game, and by Harrison Schreiber and Ewald give Mamaroneck the lead to 4-1. And the second period, they're doing a great job in Are They Ken?
They certainly are. Getting shots to the net, making Schultz make some saves. He's been hung out to dry a few times. But Mamaroneck certainly doing their work on the offensive end.
No breakaways, but some tough shots in the corners for sure. Open ones that he had no chance on. Couple good shots there. Especially Arbo's goals were no chance.
None you'd really expect him to have.
And now a breakaway though for Miles Tillman, and he puts it high as it is
Tillman
played up.
Charge into that one.
He ripped it, and that's a goal! What a shot there by the big guy, James Torrey, and a sniper shot. No chance for Schultz. Mamaroneck leads 4-1. Wow. 5-1, excuse me.
I hate to sound like a broken record, but again, Justin Schultz, not the biggest guy in the crease for White Plains, and another shot that beats him up over the shoulder. He didn't even go down on that one, and Torrey was able to find space over the shoulder to extend the lead for Mamaroneck. Now 5-1, and again, Justin Schultz got to find a way to keep that high shot out of the net. It's tough. He's not Shaq-sized.
No, he's more like Chris Conley's size of 5'7", 150. And it is played forward there, as we don't have the weights of White Plains, but we got in front of Mamaroneck. And that Torrey goal was assisted second of the game by Ewald. So he's got a goal and 2 assists now.
An icing call on Mamaroneck can bring face-off all the way down into their end. Gargiulo, 10 saves for him on the day. He's been sharp. Again, hasn't been tremendously tested, but he's been there when he's had to be, except for that one kind of a whoopsie goal that found its way behind him off the miscommunication.
As that face-off is won by Mamaroneck behind their own goal and brought up here by Nick Campbell, and he gets checked hard by White Plains' Chris Chevion, and that one towards the goal is saved by Schultz, played up by White Plains, and to the side, and it's scored by Kahan. What a shot by Kahan. It might have been
it might have been tipped in front. I think it's Beanstalk who's going to get it.
It's either Beanstalk or Kirk. As Kirk gets the goal, assisted by Kahan and Beanstalk, and it'll be 6-1. So the goal was redirected by Kirk for his first goal, Beanstalk's second assist, and then Kahan gets his first assist. Good shot and a redirect there, but I think Schultz should have had that one.
I mean, the redirection in the high slot is always a tough one for any goalie. Off the hard shot from Kahan, it's a tough one. I mean, it's a good play by Kirk to get a piece of it, and you almost never know where it's going off that, so tough to say Schultz should have had it.
Well, it was It looked like it went through his pads on the redirect.
Off
It was
the
a tough
redirect,
play,
you know.
but yeah.
Kirk from Kahan and Campbell.
Actually, the second assist goes to Nick Campbell. And not Beanstalk.
In the second period, Mamaroneck goal scored by number 19, Will Hurd. Assisted by number 10, Ben Kahan, and number 4, Nick Campbell.
So 5 second period goals, and we're only 10 minutes gone by here.
Yeah, I hate to be that guy, Charlie, but you did say the score would not be 8-1.
Well, I said it wasn't on pace to be 8-1
Yeah.
before, because that
pace
was
has
when it was
certainly
1-1 in
changed,
the
yes.
first period. So
Pace says if Ron Burgundy was here, he'd tell us how quickly this has escalated.
for sure. The face-off will be taken here. Ewald and Carrier, one in the corner by White Plains. And that one will be played a penalty.
Keep an eye out here. It looks like White Plains may or may not be getting set to change up the goaltenders here. Brendan Johnson has his equipment on at the end of the bench.
Hooking by Antonino Capello, who scored the goal for White Plains. So hooking penalty, and they'll go the box for a minute and a half. And Mamaroneck got that power play goal only a minute in, so.
And back to the man advantage. They certainly took advantage last time out.
As Levine has it on point-blank range, instead he passes to Ewald. Ewald passes it around in front of the goal, and it'll go behind.
Tried to give and go there with Ewald, get him to the slot, but he actually fell down, so he wasn't able to get there.
Schultz and Mamaroneck killing some time here, looking for that perfect shot, and it'll be played by the Tigers. Kirk with a rip save
Nice
by
save.
Schultz. That was a nice save by the freshman. Levine has it here. Levine will pass it to Ewald. Ewald with a pass across Beanstalk, wraps it forward, and it'll be Payne who plays it. Kirk has it now.
Mamaroneck's puck retrieval has been just tremendous with this man advantage. Even when they're knocked off the puck, they're always first to it.
Off the post! That shot by Alex Ewald was denied by the post, and White Plains brings it forward, does Carrier, but Levine plays it up. And that one will go forward. And Jake Levine will play it forward to Ewald. And Ewald to Beanstalk. Beanstalk towards Payne. And the penalty is over. Back on the ice is Capello. As Mamaroneck.
And even though they didn't convert there, Charlie, it was a great power play. Spent at least a minute and 20 seconds in the offensive end. Had some good looks. One off the pipe.
Capello brings it forward. He will chip it over Gargiulo. And that one is wide.
Looking for the
centering,
stick of Capello there.
centering chance. They were looking for Capello or Eric Brotman. Neither could find it, and it's 2:35 remaining here in the second period. A 6-1 lead for Mamaroneck. 5 goals in the second period for the Mamaroneck Tigers after they were tied with a late goal by White Plains in the first period. And that
Good
one will
job there
go.
by Cahan on the keep.
Cahan, who had an assist on the last goal, brings it forward, and he looked for the shot, but good defense by White Plains, and they'll play it forward, and Cahan will lose his stick in the process. Harrison Schreiber fighting for it, who scored one of the early goals in this period.
Yeah, White Plains actually gets pretty unlucky there. Their original clearing attempt hits a stanchion and just kind of dies inside their own defensive zone. Then they're forced to ice it on the next play. So with just a little over 2 minutes to go, face off right back in their defensive end. Mamaroneck really taking it to them.
Definitely, as they have Connor LeBlanc, Nick Campbell, Cahan, DeSico, and Michael Carducci on the ice for Mamaroneck right now. And they'll have it in the White Plains zone following the icing, and that shot is saved by Schultz on the slap shot by DeSico.
Schultz he's been there on shots where the puck hasn't been redirected, where it hasn't been an on-man rush, where nobody's in front of him. It's just a lot of those Mamaroneck chances have come on plays where Schultz just has no chance.
Yeah, the real tough and impossible saves he hasn't been able to make, and the ones that he's supposed to make he has. He's made a couple of good saves as well, though.
And every now and then, if you want to pull out an upset, you need some of those outstanding saves. That's a nice stop there. That's two of them.
White Plains will be making the Division I playoffs at 10-8-1. They'll get probably a middle to higher seed. But a good season for them. That just shows you how good Mamaroneck is. That they beat them 8-1 and they're up 6-1 here. A team that's 10-8-1 is, you know, it's a good job by Mamaroneck.
Okay, and Scholes on that shift showing off exactly what I was talking about. He's able to shut down the low part of that ice. Mamaroneck unable to lift it, unable to get it up and over Scholes. And that's where you beat him very clearly. And Mamaroneck figured that out pretty early.
Much smaller Schultz, who's at 5'7", probably 5'7" or shorter. There's no listings for their height that we have, but yeah, definitely they beat him up and high. I think almost on every goal, basically. So that's where you beat him. Is he's real good on the low ones, but on the high, that because of his size and his weight, he just has trouble with the higher ones. But I mean, it's no fault to him. There have been great shots by Mamaroneck, because that one's played to Ewald. Ewald with the shot, and he'll score! What a pass from James Torrey to Alex Ewald, and Mamaroneck will lead 7-1 as that Ewald gets his second and as an assist, 2 assists as well.
Yeah, so Alex Ewald goes barred down just as we're talking about it, Charlie. Gets it up and over Scholes, bar down, make it 7-1. Assist to Tucker Like and James Torrey on that one, and Mamaroneck comes into the second period even at 1. They pull away with 6 second period goals and lead at 7-1.
Tucker Like now has 3 assists, and there's now 2 assists and a goal for James Torrey, and 2 goals and 2 assists for Alex Ewald.
And take now a little bit of a look from Mamaroneck, maybe ease off the gas just a bit.
As Ewald, 7-1 lead. Ewald face-off, lost though, and White Plains will bring it up towards the goal. Let's see if they can get a late chance like they did in the first period, and that one is wide.
In the second period, Mamaroneck goal scored by number 7, Alex Ewald. Assisted by number 15, James Torrey, and number...
As that one played forward by Mamaroneck here. Ewald has it to Torrey. Torrey back to Ewald, back to Torrey, and deflected by White Plains.
Everybody on this line, Charlie, has themselves a goal. Both Ewald and Arbo with 2-goal games through 2 periods.
And Payne has it and loses it. Just short of the buzzer, and a save there by Gargiulo at the buzzer to keep it a 7-1 game. And 6-0 Mamaroneck wins the second period, and that's a huge difference in the 1-1 tie after the first.
It certainly is. Mamaroneck went right to work. I'm sure they got quite the talking to from Coach Schiaparelli at the end of the first period. They played well in the first. They didn't do everything I'm sure that Coach Schiaparelli wanted from them. They come out in the second period. They score 6 unanswered, 1 on the power play, and they pull away 7-1 at the end of 2.
And we'll be right back with the third and final period here on LMC Varsity Sports.
All right, welcome back. Hammock Park Ice Rink. Ken Reisman, Charlie McGraw here with you on LMC Varsity Sports. It's 7-1 in favor of the Mamaroneck Tigers as we head into the final 15 minutes of play. Luke Charla on senior night getting in net for the third and final period. Mamaroneck up 6.
Yeah, Luke Charla, the third string goalie. Andrew Gargiulo, the backup, got the start, and he'll finish with 13 saves and 1 goal allowed, so a good game from him.
So an icing for Mamaroneck to get things started here
in
the third. Defensive zone draw for the Tigers. Ryan DeHasia along the near side wall, unable to clear cleanly, but now Alex Ewald shovels it out to center, and it's Torrey on the carry-in. Torrey tried to go cross ice, got it back, centering feed, taken by Levine, whose drive is blocked, and now Alex Ewald below the goal line. Arbo's on it, sweeps it back to the line. Ryan DeHasia back for Arbo. He's got 2 tonight. He's taking in hard. Torrey's shot blocked in front. They chop at it, and it's carried back through center on the stick of James Garnett. Puts it in behind. Levine with Carrier. Carrier's on it. Looks back to the line. It's deflected away. Now Arbo. Chopped out from behind, so he'll just send it deep. And Mamaroneck will spill some fresh troops over the boards.
Carrier's done well in the 8-1 deficit. He's played some good offense, has the assist on the goal to Capello, but he's looked good out there. Just a sophomore captain for White Plains. Definitely has a bright future there.
Yeah, he can really fly, too. Showing off his wheels. He's already got the A on his jersey.
And he's got good body size as he goes off right now. He looks just like 6'1", maybe 180, something like that. And he's a righty. He's got a good shot. Definitely a bright future for the sophomore.
Face off to the left of Scholes. Mamaroneck has it. Shot from the line coming. Blocked down in front. Backhand. Try. They score.
Beanstalk.
It's Beanstalk who picks up the loose change and buries it behind Scholes to make it 8-1 early in the third period.
Give the assist to Will Payne on the shot. And as Will Kirk gets an assist as well, he has a goal and assist. He passed it to Payne, who took the shot, who gets the assist, and a goal and assist now for Beanstalk on the goal. The senior, fitting that Beanstalk scored. Remember when he was a freshman and I was announcing a game and he scored a huge goal.
And we're just where we were last time these two teams met as Scholes eats that one up in the blue paint. It was an 8-1 final earlier this year. Mamaroneck beat White Plains, and it's 8-1 tonight. 13 and a half to go in the final frame.
As that Conley shot was saved by Scholes. He has 19 saves, giving up 8 goals, 13:29 remaining here in the third and final period.
DeSico in on the forecheck for Mamaroneck. Puck squibs out in the White Plains zone, and it's carried by Brotman. Dropped it off for Hauser. It's knocked away from him. And Mamaroneck carries over center ice, down the blue line. Dropped off for Tucker Light. Light sweeps in behind, out in front. Carducci steps up to keep it alive. And it's chopped out to center, where Light will settle things down, go cross ice to Payne. And Mamaroneck resets. Payne off the wall. Carducci sends it in hard. Scholes will watch it. In behind. A little bit of a flub pass there from White Plains, so Campbell can send it right back in, and you'll probably see a lot of that over the next 12 and a half minutes. Get it deep, go get it. Up by 7.
And that's the name of the game when you're up 8-1. As that one, Carducci.
One came over the line, so Mamaroneck had the touch up. White Plains gets it back. Hit delivered there by Schreiber, who's got himself a goal, having himself an active game tonight.
Only freshman on the Mamaroneck team, too, is Harrison Schreiber. He gets a good amount of playing time, especially for a freshman, but not.
Cahan.
Only 2 sophomores, too, Michael Carducci and Andrew Gargiulo, the goalie who we saw tonight. So
Cahan carried in, sent it in behind. Now it's Vaughn on it. Going towards the line, he'll pull up, send it to the net, and it catches the glass just over the crossbar.
That would have been nice to see Vaughn score. The senior doesn't play too much, and but in now and had a nice rip, but just over the line.
Schreiber's got it. He's bothered in behind, puts a pass off the referee, gets back to Cahan. His long drive goes wide, missed by a healthy margin. Palmer got it deep. Schreiber swings it farther. Drop back the other direction. Campbell pinches off the blue line. He's able to keep it alive for now. There's an errant stick up in the air. No harm, no foul. It's back out to center.
Campbell plays it forward. As our cameraman Steven Saputo's got the camera in one hand and the coffee in the other.
Oh, it is cold. I have to tell you.
Yeah, can't blame him. It's cold in here.
Outside though, so we're happy to be inside. 10:45 to go, third period. Mamaroneck up 8-1. Almost everybody's been involved. Ewald and Arbo have 2 apiece. Remember, Gargiulo got the start for the Tigers. He's been replaced by Luke Charlotte here to start the third. Charlotte turns that one aside.
Charlotte's first save of the game.
Smacked back in by Broderick. Up the boards, out to center, offside's the call. And then he'll force a face-off just outside the Mamaroneck end.
Charlotte 5'10", 235, but as the PA man was telling me, it's a light 235 as he weighs in more. As offensive linemen and defensemen on the lacrosse teams are 3-sport athletes.
He does it all. I believe that's Max Plonsker who's on the attack. He'll go get it.
Schultz played it nicely to the boards.
Send it in deep.
Less than 10 minutes remaining now.
Pass out towards Plonsker. It's knocked away from him and carried away by Brendan McDonough wearing number 27. Tries to make a move past Levine. Can't do so. It's chopped up the boards. Now Levine will carry it himself. Levine over the center ice circle. Now into the offensive end for Mamaroneck. Slides it deep. It's left there by Brendan Boyle. Kirk's on it. Tries to swing it back in front, but it's McDonough who's got it for the Tigers.
McDonough had that breakaway in that first period, which was their best shot of that period before the goal.
Takes a long shot that Charlotte turns aside, so Charlotte 2 for 2 since entering the game.
Good to see for the hard-working senior. Third-string goalie. A lot of teams only have 2 goalies, but Mamaroneck Powerhouse has 3.
Kirk with a burst of speed and drops it off, and a shot on by Boyle was stopped. Down to the line. That long drive is blocked before it ever got to Schultz. Chip towards Ryan DeHasia, but he'll keep it alive, and Mamaroneck able to change up on the move. They get the Ewald line back out, so it's Ewald, Arbo, and Torrey for Mamaroneck. Again, all 3 of them have broken the score sheet. Arbo and Ewald with 2 apiece. Torrey knocks it off the White Plains stick, but it's out at center. Ryan DeHasia chops it along, and now Torrey with speed on the near wall. Torrey tries to make a move by Broderick, couldn't do so cleanly. Now Arbo steps by a White Plains defenseman, gets to the line, long shot coming, that one's blocked. And now White Plains can come out with speed. That's Nick Friedland on the line for Mamaroneck. He'll take that one off the stick of Charlotte. Under 8 minutes to go, third period. Tigers up 7. Matching their score from earlier this year. 8-1 was the final then. 8-1 the score now. They battle inside the Mamaroneck end, and it's Arbo who sends it off the glass and out to center.
And kicking with it is Ewald. A lot of guys who produce a lot of offense still getting some playing time here in the third period. Hockey,
White Plains unable to get a shot towards Luke Charlotte there.
In hockey, it's not like, I mean, you brought Charlotte in the third stringer in the big win, but it's not like basketball where, you empty your bench. At the same time, I mean, you still have your lines that you're going to play. I mean, maybe you'll play the fourth line guys more in this period, but everyone's still going to play, even though you're up big. Maybe you're a little, trying to kill some time and stuff, like not looking for the shot as much as you would in a game where it's tied or close.
You definitely get different guys out there and some different roles, but definitely want to keep things continuous, especially when you're Mamaroneck and you are moving forward, going to finish first. Lock up first place with a win tonight unless there's a disaster, an utter disaster, as that one's deflected out of play.
Right, win and they lock it up, but also, right, and they'll be the 1 seed, and that'll be big in Division 1, but most importantly, in Division 1, you won't have to play Pelham, who's in Division 2, who beat you 6-1 earlier in the year. I think you announced that game?
I was there, yeah.
And,
saw it in person.
Right, that was not a game that would later cause controversy because Coach Schaap would protest it because the third official that they shouldn't have, the coach brought it in from Pelham. And anyhow, they lost, fair and square 6-1.
Loss is a loss.
For sure, but they, Ed Witz is Pelham's coach, famous coach. I had it on my tip of my tongue there. But they won't have to play him because it's only in hockey one of the best teams is in the smaller division, Pelham, I think they just moved back or they were going to move up.
Yeah,
they've been going back and forth. Mamaroneck, too, was in Division 2 technically last year, and they lost to Pelham in the semifinals. In overtime, I think a game they were leading. I don't know if you did that game.
Yeah, I was not there, but I believe they lost 3-2 in overtime.
Right, they were up 2-1 with like 30 seconds to go, and it was like a Ranger game. Or how the Rangers have been lately.
I'm an
Islanders
fan,
with the Kings.
So.
Well, yeah. Oh, so are you? Yeah. I think, yeah.
So,
because the Rangers lost 2 games in overtime this year when they were 2 games when they were up with 30 seconds to go. Then they lost in overtime.
Charlotte sticks that one aside from a deep angle.
Charlotte's got 3 saves. No, more than 3. Excuse me, 4 saves now.
And Charlotte's been sharp.
Yep. Definitely been doing his work while he wasn't playing the first 2 periods, looking at the players' angles and stuff.
Mamaroneck goes to work on the forecheck, and it's Kirk who ends up turning the puck over. Looks to center it for Beanstock. It's knocked off his stick. And White Plains, nice toe drag out through center. A hit by Campbell. Puck was deflected in, so no icing. As Hauser got a piece. We're creeping down to the final 5 minutes of regulation. 8-1 in favor of the Tigers. It was 1-1 at the end of one. A 6-goal second period from Mamaroneck put them up 7-1. And a little cherry on top from Beanstock here in the third has them up by 7. Puck comes back to the line for Garnett. Chops it deep. Taken there by McDonough. Sweeps it back up to Garnett. Tried to pull the trigger. Puck slid off his stick, so it's blocked out to center. Conley could settle it down. And now Cahan could be a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Cahan wants to play it behind his back, so it's Kirk who's got to go get it up along the wall. Penalty coming here to White Plains will be on McDonough, perhaps for a roughs, and that's exactly what it is. So the Mamaroneck up 8-1 will head to the power play. McDonough, a little bit undisciplined, will head to the box for the roughing penalty.
And
they're both
it'll
going to
be,
go.
yeah,
they're both going to go.
Unsportsmanlike on Kirk, his second penalty. It'll be 5-on-5 for a minute and a half. Unsportsmanlike, coincidentally, as we have a goalie change.
Yeah,
it'll be Brendan Johnson. I like how they bring out the pucks mid the penalty. Yeah,
unorthodox.
Warming them up.
Normally not allowed. Or I'm not sure what the rule is in high school, but I guess with the goalie change, you get a few seconds.
Right. Yeah. If you pull an NHL guy, he's got to go right on there.
Straight in cold, but
right. And at the old Nassau Coliseum, they would, it was the other team. They'd have to bring him out of the stands, right?
Yep, they were in the tunnel.
He's sitting in the tunnel
on the way to the locker room. So Kirk in the box as well as McDonough. McDonough got the original call for the rough. Kirk ends up with the unsportsmanlike penalty. They'll stay 5 aside, so no loss of on-ice manpower. And we'll step out for a quick second. 4:24 remaining third period on LMC Varsity Sports. So 4:24 to go, third period. Ken Reichman, Charlie McGraw on LMC Varsity Sports. It's 8-1 in favor of the Mamaroneck Tigers. The White Plains Tigers played them even through the first 15 minutes, but then a 6-goal second period has separated the two. Friedland delivered a big hit there as the puck was out in neutral ice.
Nick Friedland.
And so,
as the official warns Liam Broderick.
As you can imagine, things getting a little chippier with time winding down in regulation and a 7-goal lead. McDonough's in the box for White Plains due to a roughing penalty, and Will Kirk is in there for Mamaroneck due to an unsportsmanlike conduct call.
Which he came jabbing to the ref after.
Palmer tried to drop it off to Schreiber. It eluded him. So White Plains can come out through center. They're able to stay onside. Carrier shoots. I think Charlotte got a piece of it.
Great save by Charlotte. His best of the day. Coming in.
That's a big hit
number
by
5.
Vaughn.
Number 5, too, by him. And, yeah, something Kirk's got to work on coming playoff time.
From the slot, a
and
shot goes
save.
wide.
So I think he stick save on the rebound.
Penalty coming here to Mamaroneck, and White Plains will have the man advantage. Interference call. Schreiber is the guilty party.
Charla, though.
Oh, excuse me, that's not Schreiber, that is
Razor.
That's Ryan Racer, the senior defenseman.
As the Kirk and Razor will get to have their own conversation in that box. Not much room. You can never put somebody else in there.
So 3:29 to go, third period. A minute and a half of power play time for White Plains, 5-on-4 hockey.
As with the, they were offsetting penalties before, so they stayed 5-on-5, but now Razors makes it 5-on-4.
So White Plains sets things up. Face-off circle, shot catches Charlotte off the mask. White Plains keeps it alive. That's Garnett. Carrier, long shot, Charlotte the save. LeBlanc on the backhand, able to clear all the way down. No ice on the penalty kill. And Brendan Johnson wants no part of it, so he'll just clamp down on it and hold it in the blue paint. 3:03 to go.
Charlotte with the, he's playing well. It makes some nice stick saves. And we only have him for 6 saves, but I think he has a little more than 6. He's played this whole period.
Charlotte's been good. Off the tie-up, LeBlanc tries to get some space. Can't find it. So White Plains on the carry through center. They'll look to get it deep. Cahan just stands him up at the line. That was Antonino Capello who tried to sneak by him. Hard clearing attempt comes past Garnett.
The goal
and White Plains will have to reset.
Capello had the lone goal with 30 seconds to go for White Plains, assisted by James Carrier. Capello, a senior.
Carrier sends it in behind. Down to 30 seconds of power play time for White Plains. Soft play along the wall by Hauser, and that'll allow Mamaroneck to clear all the way down.
Good play there as it wastes more time off the power play. Here comes Carrier with that burst of real fast speed that Ken alluded to earlier.
He's got wheels and he's got some hands too as he tried to step by Payne. But over to help was Cahan. And Mamaroneck clears. Team's back at even strength. We're under 2 minutes to go in regulation time of an 8-1 game. Mamaroneck the lead. A win tonight, and they lock up first place. And don't allow Clarkstown or Suffern to take fate into their own hands.
Right, if Mamaroneck had lost and Clarkstown and Suffern had won, one of them would have been it. But since Mamaroneck will seal this with 1:30 to go, up 8-1, they will be the #1 seed as they will finish 18-2 in the regular season. Stay #6 in New York State Division I. White Plains will go into the playoffs mid to higher seed, 10-8 and 10-9 and 1.
75 seconds to go in this one. Carried in by Garnett, swept aside by Charlotte. Sharp angle try. It's not in. Charlotte able to hold it out. They wave it off.
It looks like it did go in, but they waved it off.
They wave it off. I think the net came off its moorings.
So Charlotte.
So they wave it off.
Charlotte. Black was in the White Plains was in the crease according to the official right below us, and the goal was off the hinges.
There's a myriad of problems on that one. Net was off. White Plains in the crease.
Moral of the story: Nick Charlotte still has his clean sheet.
Yes.
His clean sheet for the 13:53.
We're down to the final 60 seconds as Charlotte turns that one aside. Swept up the boards. Could be a 2-on-1 for Mamaroneck if they hurry. Carducci across. The backhand try is sent just wide off the stick of Dan Palmer.
Good save by Johnson.
First real action for Johnson. That went towards the end, and Johnson gobbles that one up, and he gets some cheers from the White Plains
for him. 2 saves for him, and finishing with 20 1 saves, and 8 goals allowed was Justin Schultz.
And Coach Schiaparelli going to take his timeout here with 40 seconds remaining on the clock. And with that, we'll step out. 8-1 in favor of Mamaroneck on LMC Varsity Sports. So off the timeout from Coach Schiaparelli. Odd time for a timeout, but hey, if you got it, you might as well use it, right?
I think he just wanted to tell his team to keep their head.
Friedland takes a shot that catches the boards. Vaughn makes a move. Palmer back to the line. A long shot coming. That one missed by a healthy margin. We're under 20 seconds. Carducci carries it in behind. Vaughn lays a hit on a Tiger. The puck comes out to center. Chopped right back in. The final 5 seconds will tick off the clock, and that's going to do it, Charlie. Mamaroneck and White Plains are done. It's an 8-1 final in favor of Mamaroneck. A 6-goal second period creates the separation, and the Tigers clinch first place with a convincing 8-1 final over White Plains.
Mamaroneck scored 2 minutes in with Will Arbo, but White Plains tied it, and then they had that 6-goal flurry in the second, and then Jason Beanstalk added one here in the third period to make it 8-1, which was the score of their first meeting at the Ebersol Ice Arena. So both games go 8-1, and Mamaroneck gets the number 1 seed for D1, and it'll be interesting to see who they'll draw in their first or second round. They'll probably get a bye, so after that, in their first playoff game.
8-1 the final. We'll be back for post-game coverage on LMC Varsity Sports right after this.
Back here in the post-game show, and Tucker, you had 3 assists, and it was a good win. Tell me the burst for that second period there.
I think we came out with a lot more energy, more confidence. We kept putting the puck on goal. I think that we just kind of needed some bounces going our way, and we started putting them in the back of the net. I think really going back to the confidence that we were moving the puck much better, and I think that resulted in a big burst.
And on senior day, for all the seniors, it was good. Nick Charler in goal. I'm sure you guys love that. Tell me what it felt like on senior day.
It was emotional. I mean, we'll start off in the playoffs here, but it was a lot of fun. Get name called, and there's so many of us. So, I mean, it was a fun experience.
And it was a good win, and you guys clinched the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Tell me what your mentality will be going in towards the playoffs.
Just take it game by game. I mean, you can't take any team lightly in the playoffs, especially in a sport like hockey. So I guess just go into it, respect every team you play, and hope and just work to make sure the outcome is the way you want it.
And Ken Reichman here on the LMC Varsity Sports postgame show with Will Arbo. Will, you scored 2 in this one. You guys exploded for 6 in the second. What was the message after the first period where you guys were even?
I don't know what the message was, but I mean, winning, I guess, the first game against them 8-1 kind of showed us a lot that we needed to make a change going into the second. That we needed to come back and score some goals, and especially since it was our last game. I think we had a lot of energy, or it gave us more energy knowing that it was our last game.
And tell me what it feels like on senior night playing with all your buddies who you played with for so long.
Honestly, I think it was we all thought to ourselves that it was very emotional. We didn't show it that much. I think it hasn't really hit us yet. But I think before the game we saw all the jerseys hung up, and that was hard. But I don't know, it's hard. I don't know, yeah.
And what do you guys do for the next few weeks to get ready for playoffs?
Next week, I think we have practice every single day of the week. I think we'll be going to the gym. We'll be running. Shab always has us running in schools, doing laps, and stuff like that.
Ken Reichman here with Coach Schiaparelli. And Coach, second period, you were just talking about it. It was a little wild. You guys really pulled away there.
Yeah, well, we, it's very emotional on senior day. We have 15 guys that were playing their last regular season game here. Lucky because we got seeded 1 now, we'll be get to play another at least 1-2 more games here if we win. But to come out there, they were a little, some of you got a little off emotionally. I think we kept their heads up too much. We were trying to skate and not thinking what was going on. They were running that little T-trap on us, which we were prepared for. We knew they would do it, and we ran into it a lot. So it kind of took us over the game a little bit.
And take me through the first period. You got some good goaltending there from Gargiulo, and then you were able to see some more good goaltending in the third period, giving Tommy Spiro the night off. Luke Charlotte played pretty well.
Very well.
But just a little miscommunication there evens the game at 1. What was the message going into the locker room after that?
Well, we had to wake up. I thought we were a little selfish in the first period. We started moving the puck very well after that, and the goals came in a flurry. We're very capable of playing that kind of game where we share the puck with everybody on our team, regroup and come back in, and we stopped putting the puck across the middle of the ice and got picked off, so it went our way a little better.
And, Coach, what's the mindset over the next couple of weeks, next couple of days, getting your guys ready for the playoffs?
We got 6 straight days of practice over vacation. It's going to be a rough time for those boys. I hope they sleep really well, because they'll sleep well at night after I finish with them.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Ken Reichman, Charlie McGraw here with you on the LMC Varsity Sports Postgame Show. Mamaroneck, an 8-1 victory over White Plains tonight, clinching first place. Will Arbo, Alex Ewald, both 2 goals in the second period. An offensive explosion causing the separation over White Plains.
Yeah, it was 1-1 after 30 seconds left in the first period. White Plains tied it. Mamaroneck scored 6 goals, I think, in the first 10 minutes of the second period, and they made it 7-1, and then they added one by Jason Beanstalk to make it 8-1, the same score they beat him earlier this year, and a great win for Mamaroneck, 18-2 here on senior night. Everyone got to play. All the seniors. Luke Charla played well in the third period. The third-string goalie, who has barely played this year, that was good to see, and overall good win. White Plains falls to 10-9-1. They'll be in the playoffs, but Mamaroneck clinches the 1 seed, and that's great for them. And more importantly, they won't play Pelham in the playoffs, as Pelham is a Division II team. Mamaroneck's a Division I team.
All right, once again, the final score, Mamaroneck wins it 8-1. Senior night, a rousing success. For all of us here at LMC Varsity Sports, I'm Ken Reichman. He's Charlie McGraw. We'll see you next time.